Yo, no maniacs. Welcome into this newest episode from the Nomad Network. Feed the Bears. Who are the Bears? You guys are the Bears. And let me give out an apology because I just dropped a video, this actual video now that you can hear me. I'm new to this recording video content stuff. And I did the entire 10 something minutes of talking and describing what I think about this situation with Chase Young and Montez Sweat. And the entire time I wasn't even in the screen at all. So I was doing all that talking and I was behind the screen, man. So I apologize to you guys for whoever looked at that video and heard nothing. My sincerest apologies. Hey, before I get started, let me just remind you guys, hit that subscribe button, man. We looking to really move up in our subs. We're gonna give you guys content every day and earn your subs. So I'm not asking that for nothing. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe button, and share the content with your people, man. Let us know who we are and this content is out there. But before I get going, also, normally we this part of the season, we've been doing a prospect show on Friday night at 8 p.m. Central. And so because, I got a situation at home and I have to push it back a day. So it's going to be on Saturday. The prospect show will be on Saturday at 8 p.m. Central instead of Friday. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you hit your notifications bell and we'll get that show going on. And by the way, I think you guys are going to really enjoy that one because I decided that, ever since the Super Bowl, people really are really concerned with the Bears in the trenches and what we need to do and who are these prospects out here. And I got a nice list of guys on both the offensive side of the ball and the defensive side of the ball in the trenches. And so that's going to be a particular kind of show. And so we're just going to ignore the rest of the prospects and we're going to work on having discussions about these guys that we have available to us in the trenches. So stay tuned for that on Saturday at 8 p.m. Central. And don't forget, after this video, make sure you let us know what you think about it in the comment section. What do you think about my thoughts about what I'm about to say here? And so let me kick it off right now. Number one, let me get right off to the point. Dennis Allen definitely has a type. He definitely has a type, and this is his type, just to be real clear before we get started. Dennis Allen types are Cam Jordan, 6'4", 287 pounds. Carl Granderson, 6'5", 261 pounds. And of course, Chase Young, 6'5", 265 pounds. Here's my point. Chase Young is coming off an entire year under Dennis Allen in the system. And this is what typically happens amongst, people in the fan base that, not everybody is a tape junkie like me. Not everybody is really interested in the film. They look at the analytics. They look at, look at the box tabulations. And what if Chase Young didn't get a certain amount of sacks, during his time with Dennis Allen, then they think it's a waste of time fooling with him. They want to get somebody with more sacks. Here's why I can prove that theory wrong. All you have to do is watch the film and see how Chase Young affects the football game. Whether it was the sack, which he got some, whether it was the sack, the quarterback hurries, quarterback pressures, the quarterback hits, how he makes the quarterback move in the pocket, move him inside to a guy that's rushing from the interior. All those things are ways that the edge rushers affect the quarterback. And so if you don't see it in the sack numbers, doesn't mean this guy isn't really affecting the game. This guy is really, really good. And I think we missed an opportunity maybe the first time around to get him. I really thought that they should make a strong move to get them. These two guys were the most dominant pass rushing duo I have seen in the last 10 or 15 years, maybe even further back. These guys were absolutely explosive together. And the fact that they have a brotherhood and they have a bond and they have this, it's almost like a sibling rivalry. They push each other to be great. These guys are great friends. And so, I'm mentioning that because you have no idea until you're across from another great player how much motivation that is for you. And so it's almost like they're taking turns on who's going to get to the quarterback next. Literally. I've seen them in the huddle have conversations on mic'd up stuff. But this is what you can get. And so here's my point about it all. I know everybody's ginned up about Micah Parsons and they're ginned up about Myles Garrett, the possibility of, Max Crosby, guys like that. I understand it. But the likelihood, or Trey Hendrickson for that matter, but the likelihood of either one of those guys leaving the current situation that they have is almost, I can't really get into the probability, but I don't see it being more. I know for a fact, Jerry Jones. I was a Bears. I mean, I was a Dallas Cowboy fan as a kid, along with being a Bears fan. So I can tell you straight up how Jerry Jones thinks. He ain't letting primetime players out of the building. Only one that I ever seen him let go of was basically Terrell Owens, and that's because Terrell Owens sucked up all the oxygen in the room and didn't leave any for Jerry, and he was jealous of him. He let him go. But other than that, he doesn't let go of primetime players. Jerry signs his guys, he pays his guys. I don't see Mike Parsons leaving Dallas. I don't see Myles Garrett coming to Chicago. Maybe he leaves, he goes into a contender. I don't think he leaves kind of and goes. I don't think he sees Chicago as the team that's on the cusp of winning. Max Crosby, it's a strong possibility they might want to, let him go for some assets because they're rebuilding. But what we'd have to get rid of to get him, I don't know if it's worth it. I just don't know. I know he's a very dynamic player, but what I'm here to talk about is the dynamic between Chase Young and Montez Sweat. They were absolutely explosive. And I would be head over heels about this reunion in Chicago. I think it's better than you think. It's not the biggest name that you would expect. I know people would say, Chase Young has injury history. Yes, earlier in his career, I think he's over that. I think he's had pretty much two straight seasons with no issues with the knee. I think he had an offseason neck surgery, but that didn't stop him from having a good year this year with Dennis Allen. Dennis Allen himself says that's just the fact that this dude is in the room or in the building rose the level of play amongst those edge rushers. So he brought the level up. And I listened to any of his comments that he had to say about Chase Young, and I think he loves that kid. And he was lucky to get him. And so what I'm saying to you guys is, with all the talk about all these other guys, I'm telling you guys right now, the addition of Chase Young to this defense alongside Montez Sweat not only is going to be explosive, but it's going to free up the opportunity to get so many other things done in the trenches, whether it be another D tackle, whether it be a couple of guards or a tackle, or offensive tackle. The opportunity is there to really get some serious talent in here, and you didn't have to give up the farm to get it. You can keep your draft picks. And that's while I'm talking about that, that's another thing. Don't worry about what's going on with Chase Young as far as if he goes down with an injury or either one of them go down. The fact of the matter is they're going to draft an edge rusher or two. Not just one, maybe two of them. So we know that they're going to get those types of players in the draft. And so, again, I'm going to just mention this. I know it's not a lot of you guys, a lot of the Bears fans virtue to see Chase Young come here. You will rather see the bigger name with the bigger sack total. I know that. I'm not mad at you guys for that. But what I'm saying is if you consider it on its face and look at what's in front of you, this to me is the most likely scenario and the one that's more fruitful to me, because I would rather see us be able to keep those assets and really thicken up the depth on this team. That's just me. I'm just speaking for myself. I'm not saying that everybody should feel that way, but how about this? Let me know what you think in the comments after the video and tell me what you think about it. You can cuss me out or agree with me. It doesn't really matter to me. I'm just putting out content for you guys to have something to talk about. But with that being said, I want to say thank you guys for watching this. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit the like, share this content with your friends, and leave a comment after the show. But with that being said, let me leave you with these famous words. If you can think it and you can see it, people, there's no reason in the world why you cannot absolutely manifest it. Do not, and I repeat, do not be a prisoner of your own mind. But with that being said, we are